Well, this is an interesting one, and I've often said that I'm against all of this. Uh, Police officers writing books, and I think police officers should be able to write all kinds of books, anything they want. But I'm just disturbed by it when they write books and make videos and make shows that are about people that they've had to sit in court and testify against. To me, it's like a double thing, and I don't think it's fair. But anyway, we're going to talk about this next story uh, from the New York Post. An undercover agent, and we all know who he is, exposes Hell's Angels sex rules. Wow, a violent price to pay. Hmm. I guess. I guess we have to make money off of them any way they can. I guess I don't know. We'll check and see after this. Hey, I'm Black Dragon, and welcome to Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker news you can trust, and as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. Let me see if I can bring the comments up. So you won't have the comments on the side this time because we're using StreamYard today. Restream decided that it wanted to play tricks and games, so we're on a different platform. But so you don't, I don't think we can put the words, the text streaming up. We can only just bring it in like this. So we'll try to bring it in like that. Um, but anyway, it's we're still going. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever you are. I appreciate you. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe button as we get into this story. Let's see if we can get this screen up there and shared. Share that, yeah. And is it working? Boom. There we go. So, undercover agent exposes Hell's Angels sex rules. I didn't know. It's new to me that the Hell's Angels had sex rules. I guess we shall see what they are. So, where'd my screen go? I don't know where my screen went. There we go. It's not doing what I want it to do. There we go. All right. So, he says a violent price to pay. And the first thing we're presented with is this link here called How Crime Works. And we go to the link, and this is Agent Dobbs. And we're gonna come back to this in a second. Let's go back to the story. So motorcycles aren't the only thing they're riding. The story in the New York Post begins. A retired special agent who infiltrated the Hells Angels biker gang as part of a 2-year undercover operation is exposing the organization's strict sex rules. You know, why would it be necessary to expose something like that? I mean, just the idea that you gained everybody's trust, and okay, you put the folks in jail that you put in jail. You did your thing. Yeah. Okay. But then now we want to continue to I don't know. I guess make money by continuing to drag everything into the ground. Uh, huh. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out how to work this new program. I'm not doing good at it. Okay, I think that's it. All right. So between 2001 and 2003, so we're talking 20 years ago. Between 20 to 21 years ago, 22 years ago. Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives agent Jay Dobyns, now 61 years old, posed as a gun runner and debt collector named Jay Dobyns, or Jaybird, joining the Mesa, Arizona chapter of the organization. The ex-agent said he quickly learned that there were rules about relationships with women, and failure to follow them could have violent consequences, according to a new video interview released Tuesday by Insider. With regards to women, he said, there's a hierarchy that takes place, Dobyns dished, discussing the gang's bangs. There are old ladies who are the wives and girlfriends of members at the top of the chain. You better not get caught trying to mess around with a member's wife or girlfriend because there's a violent price to pay, says Dobyns. However, he revealed that there were also Hells Angels groupies who often appeared at the clubhouse. They moved from member to member, he stated, implying that there was no bad blood between bikers who slept with the same women. That's because it's commonly known that it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. I mean, what's so bad about that? It's something that exists. Everybody knows about it. As we move forward into this thing, here's a picture of him in the old days when he was much younger, 20 years ago. Dobyns is seen during the 2-year investigation, which ran from 2001 to 2003. Here's another picture of him with some Hells Angels guys. All their pictures are blocked out. Dobyns said he learned about the group's rules about relationships with women and the violent consequences for those who don't follow the rules. And then here's, of course, a picture of the Hells Angels riding. One of the largest and most famous motorcycle clubs, boasts 470 chapters across 62 countries. So that's the underlying thing under there. What do you call it? The caption. So back to the story. Dobyns didn't disclose whether sex was allowed inside the clubhouse, but said parties are a frequent occurrence at the chapter. Everywhere in his interview, the crime fighter claimed that the Hells Angels are a complex, or rather, elsewhere in his interview, the crime fighter claimed that the Hells Angels are a complex organization made up of members with diverse lifestyles and interests. Founded in San Bernardino, California around 1948, the infamous motorcycle club has since spread its wings all over the world with 475 chapters in 62 countries. Global charter groups span from Alaska and Norway to South Africa and Argentina. And then there's a quote for him here that says, there's a myth that every Hells Angels member is a drug addict. They make positive contributions to society that shouldn't be taken away from them. Of course, it's hard to justify that against the backdrop of this story that talks about this stuff they're talking about here. So we move forward. More pictures of the club, and then back to the story. There's a myth that, we just said that. There's a myth that every Hells Angels is a drug addict, he stated. Some were fitness freaks. They ate well. They got their rest. They didn't drink. They didn't smoke. To decline these things wasn't necessarily a false alarm. Dobyns also explained that while many members were mixed up in illegal activities, there are chapters of the gang, he calls, that run a fairly clean business and aren't involved in a lot of crime. Well, then that would mean that they're a motorcycle club, not a gang. Not everybody is involved in crime, and there are some people that are. They're like in every society, every neighborhood, everything. It's good and bad people and everything. Dobyns also explained that some of the chapters and stuff involve themselves in community service, donating blood to local hospitals, and participating in toy drives for children. He said they make positive contributions to society that shouldn't be taken away from. During his infiltration of the violent international organization, Dobyns and fellow undercover officers pretended to trade narcotics and even you didn't pretend to trade narcotics. You actually traded narcotics, right? I mean, isn't that how it goes? I could be wrong. Maybe they were just pretending. But wow, okay. During his infiltration, he said they pretended to trade narcotics and even staged a murder by using blood and guts from a butcher shop. The 2-year, $1 million operation, $1 million they spent, resulted in the indictments of 55 Hells Angels members and associates, with 16 of the members were indicted on racketeering charges. So they threw the book at your boys, just straight up tossed it out at them. After Dobyns' real identity was exposed, the ex-agent alleges that there was a hit put on him and his family was placed in jeopardy. In 2008, his home was burned to the ground. This is him speaking. There's a picture of him speaking somewhere. And so that's the story. So that was the story? The story was what was the story? Huh. That there was, with regards to women, there's a hierarchy that takes place. There are old ladies who are the wives and girlfriends of members. At the top of the chain, you better not get caught trying to mess around with a member's wife or girlfriend, because there's a violent price to pay. That was the story. Wow. Man, you see, this is the problem I have. Like, they just sensationalize this. That was the story. Oh, we had to tell how his house got burned down. They didn't say who burned it down, but you know, the accusation is silently out there, you know. I mean, who else would burn it down? The ATF. So they had to make sure that there's no one that his house got burned down and his life was on the line, his family's life was on the line, and on and on and on. Just, this helps sell the idea that there's a motorcycle gang on every corner ready to take your ass out of here. Yeah. I see. We get to this part of it. What I don't like, man. So this is really interesting here.
Undercover federal agent, and I infiltrated the Hells Angels. This is how crime works.
Interesting, huh? So just to get some sort of idea, this got 274,000 views in one day. It was put up February 27th. In 2 days, this place has 8 million subscribers. Money is made. This is where this all comes from. A whole lot of money is made here. Hey, stop that. Stop that, you. You wouldn't make it in that movie where everybody had to be quiet and they choked that dog. They choked the dog because he wouldn't be quiet because those bat things were biting everybody up. Silence was the name of that movie. I think watched it yesterday. They choked the man's dog. He choked his own dog. I mean, you couldn't wrap tape around his mouth? It hurt. It hurt to see that. You got to have your dog trained where you just say, shh, I'm working on that. In any event, what I don't like about this is, when you look at the sheer amount of money, I mean, 274,000 views in one day, 541 comments, 4,000 likes. This page has 8 million subscribers. This thing makes money. You look at this video here, and the first thing is entering the clubhouse. The next chapter is the hierarchy. The next chapter is the rivalries, gaining trust. I'd like to hear that one. How you gain trust of people. To me, it's just really dirty. Gaining trust. Let's go to that portion.
Wholesaling real estate is where we take an.
Okay. I don't want to play that commercial, but anyway, then there's the chapter called the rules, the money, the parties, the Mongols incident, the fallout, the aftermath. I mean, all this stuff. And then these are the videos that you can go watch. How crystal meth labs actually work, how police racism actually works, all this stuff. I mean, it's a money-making industry. to continue to sell those stories over and over and over again about stuff that happened 20 years ago. And they continue to find new pieces, new ways to add. Let's talk about their sexual roles now. We can make money on that. Let's talk about the way they put their boots on. No, actually, that was a different movie, bro. That you're talking about it wasn't because the dog was barking. You're talking about the movie with your boy who slapped your boy at the Oscars. Man, that slap was great, man. Slap heard around the world. But the idea that there's just a whole lot of money that's being made, and my thing is this: I think there's something. I'm not trying to hate on the man or anything. He went and did his job, I guess, and got the people he was supposed to get. I just, if you had to go to court and testify, were you telling the truth in all your testifications? When you, that is a word, right? Testification. When you were testifying against him, were you telling the truth? Like, or did you know you had a movie coming out and a book deal, and you're going to do this over and over for the next 20 years? So it made it in your best interest to maybe fudge some stuff. I don't know. Maybe you fudge some stuff. I don't know. So that's my thing against it. Like, I don't think you should be able to, if you're a cop, I don't think you should be able to write a book about the people you prosecuted. Then it doesn't seem necessarily fair. I don't know. Just my testifications here. I'm just saying. Anyway, that's the news story for today. I hope that you are all doing well, and it will be wonderful to talk to you guys again tomorrow and the next day, as long as God blesses me to be here. I do want to say this. I'm probably going to have to do this again and again, but I do want to say a lot of people get mad at me, especially if I have friends, and I have a story where someone comes on and they talk negatively, and maybe who they're talking about is a friend of mine. And my friends expect me to jump on that guy and tear him down and, how dare you go against my friend? And that's just not how it works over here, man. If I'm interviewing you, you're going to get a professional interview, and you're going to get to say your words, and you're going to get your point out. The people, they don't come to watch an interview to hear my point. They come to watch an interview because they are interested in the story of the interviewee and what he has to say. It doesn't reflect my opinion. And, if somebody says something negative and it's negative about you, Black Dragon's my boy, he didn't stand up for me. That's not my job here. My job is to get the news, get the story. And I may just be a citizen journalist, but I have all the licenses and everything else that CNN has. And one thing that always irritated me about CNN and Fox is that they got to a point where neither could be trusted because they were going to always put their own damn opinions in it. And when I'm interviewing people and there's certain stories, I'm going to always read the story as it's written, If they say biker gang, I'm gonna read biker gang. I'm gonna read it as it's written. I'm not gonna try to when a person writes a story, they have the right that their story goes out like they wanted it. That anything else is like propaganda or something. So you're gonna get your story like you put it out there, and then I might give my comment on it or whatever the case may be. But if I'm interviewing people and you say something I don't like, I'm not gonna jump all over the top. I've seen the guys do it before, like turn his mic off. Well, the only thing to get your mic turned off is if you start cursing and acting a fool. But as long as you're putting out your opinion, whether I like it or dislike it, agree with it or disagree with it, or whatever the case may be, I'm not getting ready to stop you because I didn't like what you said. I might be cursing you under my breath. If you get out of the lines of respect, then you're gone. But as long as you stay respectful and you're just espousing your views, those are your views. So don't hit me up in the comment section or in my emails or in my text messages talking about what I should have said. If you don't like it, conduct your own damn interview. And then cut people off and mistreat them, and you won't have anybody interview on your show. So with that being said, tough human feeding utensils, said the kitty, but the milk's still good. All right. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. I'm Black Dragon. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. Hey, subscribers. Whenever you are in Macon, Georgia, you have to get over to my motorcycle club brothers Cigar Lounge. Haley's Cigar Lounge on Ingleside Avenue has a night or several nights just right for you. Monday night football kicks off the week. Wednesday is whiskey night. Thursday, ladies night. Saturdays are make your night. And wrapping up the weekend, it's Sunday football. Haley's is closed on Tuesdays. Enjoy the friendly atmosphere at Haley's. Hang out at the bar or outside on the patio. They can also host your small events. Haley's Cigar Lounge, 2308 Ingleside Avenue in Macon, Georgia. Be sure to tell them Black Dragon sent you.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.